Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about?
The WNBA is making headlines, but not for the best reasons. NBA champion Matt Barnes has called out what he sees as jealousy toward rookie star Caitlin Clark. Using his platform, Barnes criticized a toxic culture in the league, accusing players of trying to downplay Clark's rise. This sparks the question, why undermine a talent driving the league's growing popularity?
The hot topic going on right now. Caitlin Clark says she got cheap shotted against the sky. I mean, throughout the season, she's been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows, knocked down. It is what it is. She's not the first. She won't be the last. My issue and my question is, where the fuck are her teammates at? Where y'all at? Where the rest of the Indiana Fever at? I've seen a couple girls smirk when she's got knocked down, half-assed to pick her up. Like, y'all supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. And all this is the team. She's the star. You always protect your star. I was someone who protected the stars. You fuck with Kobe, CP, Blake, list goes on. It's going to be a problem because you guys are supposed to be a family. And you wonder why you sit at the bottom of the league right now is because y'all don't protect each other, man. Coach don't do shit about it. Players don't do shit about it. Y'all should be ashamed of it. But the rest of the league is going to continue to test her. And that's what they're supposed to do. It's your guys' fucking job to have her back and have each other's back. Got to do better.
Caitlin Clark is redefining the game, drawing massive crowds and breaking sales records. Yet, instead of celebrating her success, some players seem determined to downplay her achievements. Is it jealousy, or a league struggling to handle such a standout star? Matt Barnes' bold take has brought the WNBA under intense scrutiny, sparking deeper discussions about sportsmanship, race, and the future of women's basketball. Stay tuned for more on this unfolding story, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
No, I like sprinting. I already told you guys. He likes to run. I don't know, I feel like finding a balance of when to conserve my energy within the game and playing with pace at the same time. I think there's times where you can pick and choose. I think I've done better at that, and I think even over the last road stretch, the coaches found good minutes where I could get a quick breather. That becomes very important, especially in the fourth. But I felt tonight I felt really good and could go the whole stretch, but it's never really they don't really.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season is redefining the WNBA. Her stunning three-pointers, court vision, and leadership have drawn comparisons to NBA legends. Beyond her skills, Clark's games sell out, her jersey tops sales, and she's brought record-breaking crowds and new fans to the league. Yet, her rapid rise has sparked tension, with some players feeling overshadowed by her success.
Last November, and the game didn't need saving. I don't know who came up with Caitlin was a savior. That's not true. But what the game needed was a disruption in the economic marketplace, and that's what we're seeing here, and that's why it's been so.
This resentment goes beyond personal rivalry. It reflects deeper challenges within the WNBA. As a league striving for mainstream recognition, Clark's rise could mark a pivotal moment. Yet, the backlash she faces reveals underlying insecurities. Instead of uniting around their rising star, some players appear intent on downplaying her success.
She's damned if she does, and she's damned if she don't. Let's take a second right now to have a moment of silence for Washington Mystics owner Shelly Johnson, who suggested that the WNBA as a whole should have been on the cover of Time magazine instead of just Caitlin Clark, who graced the cover last week.
Sheila Johnson, owner of the Washington Mystics, caused a stir by suggesting Caitlin Clark's Time Athlete of the Year award should have been shared with the entire WNBA. Critics accused her of downplaying Clark's achievements. Matt Barnes fiercely defended Clark, calling Johnson's remarks some of the stupidest things I've ever heard, and highlighting Clark's unmatched impact on the league. Johnson's comments inadvertently echoed the jealousy Barnes has been condemning.
The Sparks, the Aces, the Mystics, the Dream, all moved games when Fever came in town because of the attention that Caitlin and her teammates have drawn that last season. Fever's jersey sales was up 1,000% and attendance was up 250%. And they had the largest attendance on average per year, just over 17,000 per game. Let me say this, Caitlin Clark deserves all the flowers. I think she took a lot of shit and a lot of skeptics.
This controversy raises an important question. Why does the WNBA struggle to embrace individual greatness? Johnson's remarks highlight a deeper issue, a fear that celebrating one player might overshadow others. Critics argue that in striving for unity, the league risks alienating the stars it needs to thrive.
Shot going off the court and all the way up to the tunnel. This was a long conversation, and I love Aaliyah Boston pouring into this young rookie. It's supposed to be hard. This is an adjustment period, and Aaliyah making sure that her rookie knows we have your back. I love that leadership from Aaliyah Boston. It has been a hard first half, but I want to compliment Dejanay Carrington because she has had...
Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been a game-changer for the WNBA, driving a 31% increase in attendance at Mystics games and sparking what's called the Clark effect. Merchandise with her name flies off shelves, and her games dominate viewership. Despite this undeniable success, backlash against her is growing. Clark's rise challenges the WNBA's power dynamics, but some players and officials seem determined to maintain the status quo, even if it means holding back the league's brightest star.
It's taken the WNBA almost 28 years to get to the point where we are now. And this year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in. It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized. And I don't think we can just pin it on one player.
There has been, this phrase has been couched, hasn't it? The Caitlin Clark effect. Why do you think that has been the case?
Well, I want to be very diplomatic about this. It's just the structure of the way media plays out race. I'm going to be very honest.
For a league seeking mainstream recognition, the WNBA's response to Caitlin Clark's rise has been inconsistent. While she's hailed as the future of the league, some players and officials seem reluctant to fully acknowledge her success. Matt Barnes suggests this resistance comes from fear of change and losing control. Clark's rise challenges old beliefs about who can be a star, and the league risks missing growth opportunities by not fully supporting her. If the WNBA can't unite behind its most marketable player, what does that say about its priorities?
Couldn't it just be that Caitlin Clark is like one of the most talented
She is
women
talented.
basketball players
There's no question
in the history of the country? She comes on, she does amazing things, and then people say people say all of a sudden I'm now interested in something I wasn't before. Look at the attendance, look at the viewership, and then they watch the games, and she's constantly being abused. She was stabbed in the eye last night.
She was not stabbed in the eye. See, that's what I'm talking about. And by the way, why don't you bring up that elbow that she gave another player on the court?
Serena, the Fever really stretched out this one in the second half as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark.